So today we're going to talk about one of the oldest, if not the oldest, nootropics in existence. And we're talking about Bacopa. It's been used for thousands of years. Apparently it was used by scholars back in India to help them memorize passages. So I don't know if they did that or not, but it has been used for thousands of years. Not just as a nootropic either, by the way. It's been used for a lot of different things, but today we're just going to talk about its use as a nootropic. Now, a lot of people use it as a sort of a memory enhancer, and it seems to be good for that, according to the research. There's actually been double-blind, placebo-controlled studies on this, and there's been enough work done now. There's actually been meta-analyses and reviews, and if anything, in terms of cognition, mental performance, it does seem to be good for memory, and it's still kind of debated what all it does or doesn't do, but at least memory, it is something that it seems to be good for. But, you know, a lot of times when I do research for these herbs and supplements and, you know, whatever, I come away with I come away finding that a lot of this stuff is actually good for things other than what people are using it for. Like, it's better. Like people talk about the memory enhancing effects of Bacopa, and I find that, you know, when in the research that I was looking at, I was really impressed by how good it is for neuroprotection, and that's what I'm excited about. Because, you know, I mean, that's more in line with my particular goals, but it's exciting to see that something has such a profound effect. So these are the two main things we're going to talk about: the memory-enhancing effects and the neuroprotective effects of it. It's actually still being debated what all it does or doesn't do to memory, but one thing that it's starting to seem clear that it does is that it helps to reduce the rate at which your memory decays, or in other words, it reduces the rate at which you forget things that you've already learned. So the neuroprotection comes from different things. One thing is that it's an antioxidant. Now, it's an antioxidant by boosting your own endogenous production of antioxidants, and those are really the best antioxidants, so that's what you really want. And this is, I haven't mentioned this before, but this is particularly important for the brain because you've heard a lot probably about oxidation and antioxidants. It's really particularly important for the brain because of multiple reasons that I won't get into. I might talk about that in a later video, but the brain is particularly susceptible to oxidative stress. So this is nice. So it's an antioxidant, or at least it boosts antioxidant capacity. It's an anti-inflammatory. It suppresses different cytokine signaling pathways. So that's pretty straightforward. And it is it's kind of an adaptogen, which is a term that not everybody agrees with, but I think it is useful. It helps support healthy levels of neurotransmitters, so it keeps them from getting depleted in times of stress, and it just, in general, helps to mitigate the stress response, takes the edge off of it. So these are some of the ways it's neuroprotective. There is one catch, though, when you're using this, and that is, well, not when you're using it, like, in terms of safety or anything, but it's just that, you know, as promising as this looks, it really isn't something that's been tested in people for the prevention of dementia or for treating that sort of thing. So, as good as it looks right now, you know, this is kind of like a recurring theme with these nootropics, is we just, you know, we have a lot of good, maybe rodent evidence or like test tube evidence, but there still hasn't been a lot of testing in humans of this neuroprotective capacity, at least to the extent that it is going to prevent diseases. So that's something to keep your eye on, though. And I believe this year there was a study that's like at the end of the year there's supposed to be one in Australia that's along these lines to treat people with dementia. But we'll have to see what the results of that are. But until then, you know, just keep your eye on it. And that's pretty much all I got right now. So thanks for watching and have fun.